Lillah Schwartz has been training yoga teachers for over 25 years. Her love of Iyengar yoga is obvious from the very first moment. Experience a new lightness of being as you learn the ins and outs of yoga and your own body. Lillah offers some of the most comprehensive and in-depth training available.
And take a blanket and sit on the blanket. Alrighty, so reach out through your heels. Now with your hands beside you, we're going to sit, what's the name of the pose, anybody? Dandasana. Dandasana. Okie dokie. What are the legs going to do? Can you extend and connect from the inner groin to your big toe mound? And then draw from the outer edge of the outer arch, the outer ankle bone, draw back. Compact the outer shin. So the outer shin turns down. When you look at your leg, when you train your leg properly, the center and the inner and outer edge of the kneecap, Mr. Iyengar calls these the pillars of the knees, are both pointing straight up toward the ceiling. All right? The inside of your calf muscle, the calf is a two-bellied muscle, so the inside should be the same size about as the outside, or similar. There should be a fullness to the inside and a fullness to the outside. So when you look and you have most all of the calf muscle is on the outside, you know you have some work to do. So you want to take your hands and squeeze the fingers into the center of the muscle, spread that muscle out, and lay it down on the floor again so you've got some muscle on the inside. So we'll come from Dandasana. It's the Tadasana of sitting. It's the Tadasana of sitting. Bend your right leg. Lightly catty corner your right hip. Turn your belly. We're doing what? What's the name of the pose? Anybody know? Not yet. Marichyasana III. So navel turns around. Roll your right shoulder back. Breathe. Now observe in your breathing that your right lung is open. Yes? Is it not? So if you can really take a nice lightness and roll that right shoulder back, let the right ribs open back, then the right lung is nice and open, isn't it? Do you agree? Can you all feel the freedom of the breath going into the right lung? Breathe deeper. Feel the freedom in the right lung. That's what the twist does, is help you create that freedom. All right, and inhale, and exhale, and release. You always know when your students are real quiet like that they're processing. Wait, it's like the little guy on the computer, right? We're processing, right? Okay. Bend your left leg, catty corner your left hip. So lean back a little bit. You kind of get, this twist starts always from where? The navel. So your navel is turning around, and then capture the knee nice and tight to your body. Use your back hand to press down and raise your spine in and up. So the back body has to come to meet the front body. So move your spine in and up, and roll your left shoulder back. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Now I want you to all just observe. Feel your spine as you're breathing. And you've all turned your head before you finish turning your chest. So now just bring your nose in line with your breastbone. Just bring your nose in line with your breastbone. Use the back hand again to move your spine in and up, in and up. Now without turning your head, roll your left shoulder and your left ribs back. Now take a deep breath and tell me, do you feel now more openness in that left lung or less?
More.
More. Consensus?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. One more deep breath in. and exhale and release. And stretch your legs out into Dandasana. Your spine, your central nervous system, your spinal column, has bony attachments in the neck. So there's little ligaments that go out to all the cervical vertebra in your neck down to, I think, T12, right? And what does that do? It's nature's way of keeping your brainstem stable so you can stand upright and walk, right? But when you turn your head, your whole spine is going to turn. The spinal column itself is turning, and it's like locking it in place, and then there's no other movement. Because the rest of the spine is floating. The rest of the spinal cord is floating in the middle there, right? It has the emanations in the sacrum, so you could say it's stabilized some at the sacrum, right? But the rest is floating in the middle. It's not bony attached anywhere except in the neck. So when you go with your, like last night when we went, we lifted, we revolved. I'm taking my, this is my left, but it would be your right. That shoulder back and turning the opposite ribs around, but I can really get quite a bit of movement and then look. Right? So there's a lot of movement without the involvement of the head. And you know that there was I've created some softness in that movement because I talked the whole time. Okay? No, it's not bad. You have to remember that yoga is the ancient art of stretching, touching, massaging, opening, integrating, awakening every single part of the body, from the periphery all the way to the core. Right? So when we're starting to bring some awareness to our organs, that means we're working closer to the core, right? And we're bringing the energy more to the inside.